Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Sports. My name is Rev Trev, and if you know me, you know that I love fantasy football, and we're in the playoffs, baby! This is so exciting. I love this time of year, and this channel, I've got so many fantasy football strategy videos because I wanted to help you to compete and contend and win a championship, and that's exactly what I did. I'm tied for the most winningest team in my league's, my most important league's history. So I know a few things, and I want to pass that information on to you. I just feel like I just want to encourage you. So if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe. And if you're not new and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the two leagues that are interconnected, the best leagues in the world, called the Show. And so it's the Show and Minor League. And let me just explain to you really quick, 10-team leagues. And we're moving to PPR next year, so everyone stay calm. But we go, whoever's in the Show, the top 10 teams in the Show, go in there in the Show. The two teams that don't make the playoffs, they get relegated to Minor League. And there's nothing minor about Minor League. It's a really, really competitive league. The owners in it know what they're doing. It's just that you just gotta have it. So the Show has a two-player keeper. Two teams get relegated down to Minor League, and whoever is in the top two, the final for the Show or the Minor League, comes up to the Show and takes those two teams that have been eliminated. Okay, and they have to pick from those two keepers. Okay, so just to recap, just in case you're new. Okay, now we're gonna start with and talk about the semifinals, which is so exciting. It's just absolutely exciting. But we'll talk about the quarterfinals first really quick. Going to really quickly recap, and we're going to start with Minor League. Now, everyone who's in Minor League is going to be like, what? He's starting with Minor League? Listen, stop giving me the gears that I barely talk about Minor League, because I know that there's nothing minor about Minor League because you're competitive, but you're still in Minor League, okay? That means you're not in the Show, the greatest of leagues of all. You know, it's just amazing, okay? So I'm going to talk about the Show more. That's part of being in the Show, okay? So relax. Here I am talking about Minor League, and Minor League has been incredible. So first of all, I just want to congratulate Sean Tatanka. You are that first seed, and whenever you're that first seed and you're playing that 8th seed, you're always stressed out because you never want to lose to the 8th seed, and you had 114 fantasy points. You were the best team of the week. You proved that you should be the number one team, and you beat Ed's Disc Golf. Yeah, okay. So then Randy upset a little far-fetched and just destroyed him by 30 points. This is absolutely crazy. And so, well done, Randy, on advancing. And then we go Kirk Cousins against Scott's Beached Whales. What a close game, under just over 5 points. And this is the thing, Scott, you got hosed, dude, because if you think about it, Kirk Cousins had Kirk Cousins, who was awful and then turned it around, ended up getting 30 plus fantasy points. He also had Dalvin Cook, and so the Vikings fan is super excited. Congratulations! I think that's Ruben, if I'm correct on that. Just bringing that up. Yes, Ruben. Congratulations, Ruben. And so, okay, then Beast Mode, Dave, you had 111, almost 112 fantasy points. Beat Hurts Donut. Now, Blair, you had Jalen Hurts and you still lost. Like, that's how good Beast Mode was. So, congratulations to Beast Mode, Kirk Cousins, Kansas City Kitties, and Tatanka. Kansas City Kitties, it's just such a lame name, right? Like, just even saying it is that. Anyways, it's okay, Randy. Let's talk about the semifinals now. Now, this is where it gets exciting. Now, I should have moved over already. Okay, let's talk first of all about 1 versus 5. So it's going to be Sean versus Randy. Now, they have a rivalry over the years in different hockey leagues that we've been in and football leagues, and here it is. So right now, Kansas City Kitties is supposed to win this week. You are favored, Randy. Now, that doesn't surprise me because you're tied with me for the most championships in the Show. You shouldn't be in Minor League anyways, okay? So whoever wins these 2 games, they go to the show next year. So this is a big deal. Okay. So, but he's got Patrick Mahomes, and he stacks with Juju Smith-Schuster. He's got Hopkins, and then Najee Harris, Saquon Barkley, Kelsey. Look at he's got the stack of Kelsey, Juju, and Mahomes. That is awesome. And then Ramondre Stevenson. Are you kidding me? His team is absolutely stacked. Denver defense always plays well. And if Baker Mayfield continues to be the quarterback there, you're going to get sacks or interceptions. So that is crazy good. And then, Sean, your team, Joe Burrow, who is absolutely on fire. But look at these wide receivers. You got A.J. Brown and Jefferson. Like, these are top 3, top 5 wide receivers in fantasy this year. Well done, okay? And then Jamal Williams, who's had monster touchdowns. I hope he gets you another one this week. Nick Chubb, who's been absolutely amazing. So many people were down on Nick Chubb, and I was the guy saying that Nick Chubb was going to be, he's a no-brainer pick. He's amazing. I didn't understand everyone fading Nick Chubb. I was right. You guys are wrong, whoever was doing that. Okay. Then Knox as your tight end, who was amazing last week for Buffalo. And then J.K. Dobbins, who could have a great week. So Green Bay defense, I don't know if you're going to play them against the Dolphins. This is before waivers kicks in, so I just want to quickly look at bench here. I mean, he could start some other, like he's got Godwin, he's got Miami against Green Bay. Now that might be a better start, even though I'm a huge fan of the Packers. Okay, so let's go back to this one. Number 2 versus number 3. Dave versus Ruben. Okay, Beast Mode versus Kirk Cousins. Here's what's interesting about this matchup. These guys are buddies. I mean, they're close. They're tight. They're like really close friends. And they got to go against each other. Vikings versus Seahawks, basically, these 2 fans, right? And here's Kirk Cousins playing the Giants and Dalvin Cook. And Miles Sanders was horrific last week. Now, Jalen Hurts, who knows what's going to happen to him, but I think they're going to run the ball a lot with Sanders this week. Kittle was amazing last week. Kamara, is he going to be decent? That's an interesting matchup. So, but what concerns me is his wide receivers, and I don't think he has actually any better options here. The only person that he could... Deebo Samuel is out, so I don't think he's going to be playing... No, it says he's out, so he's not playing. Okay. Go to Beast Mode. Josh Allen. Are you kidding me? Now, by the way, I think it's supposed to be bad weather, but it doesn't matter about bad weather in Chicago. He just was in awful weather and had 35 fantasy points. So, Metcalf, I always say Amari Rogers. Glad he got fired from the Packers. Okay. Amari Cooper, Derrick Henry, Zeke Elliott, Hawkinson, Latavius Murray, who was amazing last week, and then Buffalo defense against the Bears. If you're asking me, it looks like Dave and Randy are going to the show, but what we know about fantasy football is there is any given Sunday, guys. It doesn't matter what Yahoo thinks. It doesn't matter what ESPN, Sleeper, NFL.com. Doesn't matter what platform you're on. Nobody's right. Always. Okay? Nobody knows what they're talking about. It's educated guessing. But I'm saying I'm giving the nods to Randy's team and Dave's team, and that's my guess. Okay? Now, let's dive into this show. It's going to be so exciting to see what happens there. Okay. By the way, guys, if you're in minor league and you want to know what the teams are coming available, you're fighting for Trev's team, and that is Jeff Saturday. That's the team. You want that one. Check that one out. That's the one you want. Second pick, and he's got the best keepers of the 2 teams. Okay. So let's go to the show quarterfinal real quick. Sheepdog destroys Hogs. Hogs was definitely a pretender. Thanks, Hogs, for coming out. Good news is you're in the league for next year, so you're safe. But 59 points, worst team in the quarterfinals. That was ugly. Okay, Sheepdog. Good thing you didn't lose to him. Okay. Quarterfinal. So this game, Vic's Dog Daycare, against Dr. Z. Now I predicted that Dr. Z would win this, but he made a crucial error, and this is the craziness about this game. He started Brandon Ayuk against Seattle instead of Chris Olave. It doesn't even matter who he was playing. Who were they playing? Atlanta. Ayuk scored 1.3 fantasy points. Olave scored 5. That's what I would have done. Hindsight 2020, right, Dr. Z? Mikey, I'm sorry, dude. You mean you got 22 from Derrick Henry. You only got 10 from Kelsey. Like, you had a struggling week, and you still almost won. Like, we're talking a 3-point game, okay? A 3-point game. If you would have started, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Olave, you would have won. Okay, so Vic's. Deshaun Watson, starting at quarterback, did not play well. Only 12 fantasy points. He went with Peoples-Jones for the stack. Didn't work for him. Okay. Jamar Chase had 12. Like, it was just a mediocre. But McCaffrey, your stud, the guy you're going to keep next year, he had 19. Swift, terrible. What is going on with that Houston quarterback tight end thing? Is it Driscoll? I don't know. Driscoll? I don't know. Whatever his name is, that's terrible. Okay. San Francisco defense got you 9. Devontae Smith got you 12. And then you left 19 points with Dylan on the bench. Okay. So, Judge Judy. Okay. This was the game of the week. I said to you in the last video that I don't know who was going to win this matchup, because at the end of the day, you both had good teams, but I gave Christian the nod. Now, I gave Christian the nod thinking that Jonathan Taylor was going to play the entire week, the entire game, and I think he went out, like, he only had 13 receiving yards, got hurt, is on the IR, he's done for the year. And everybody, including you, Christian, thought that you were done. And then I looked at, and if I could have changed that pick, I probably would have changed, because I forgot that Noah, Judge Judy, had not only Joe Burrow, but and Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill, but you had Austin Eckler and Latavius Murray with his 20 points. That was nuts. But Austin Eckler, I mean, 13 points is okay. My boy Devontae Adams failed you, and I just want to apologize on behalf of Devontae Adams. That is really disappointing. Now, picking up Waller and starting him, smart move. DeAndre Hopkins didn't do much for you. Denver defense got you 10. Dude, the only reason you lost this week is because luck ran out, got lucky, and had Saquon Barkley be absolutely monstrous, and he got a whopping 18 fantasy points, 87 rushing yards, 1 rushing TD, and 33 receptions. Pushed him over on that last game on that Sunday night, won it for him. Comeback of the week in both leagues. Congratulations, Christian. You've moved on to the semifinal. And then I just want to quickly talk about my quarterfinal. Not that I want to get into it a lot, okay? Because I was favored 2nd to 7, but I predicted Bo Knows would win. He was stacked. He had a better team than mine because I thought I had lost Dameon Pierce and Ramondre Stevenson. I did not know that Stevenson was playing. I was scrambling to figure out who was going to play. But my studs were my studs. And that's why I won this week. In fact, it was a landslide. In fact, I won because, because when your studs are your studs, you win games. That just is what it is. Josh Allen, 35 points. Jefferson, 18 points. Jacobs, 11, not that great. Stevenson, by the way, that reverse thing, and Jacoby Myers. That was the worst play I've seen in probably my whole life in watching football. Like, how do you lose that game? That was awful. But Stevenson got his rush yards or whatever first, and then passed it and didn't get a fumble. So 22 points. And then the Philadelphia D9. So my guys, so the reason why I bring up this one is because this is Peter and I. This is our battle. We head to head. This is something that we don't want to play each other, but we have to. And the reason why Peter's team lost is because of his boy Justin Herbert. Now, this is the thing about it. I was high on Justin Herbert just like he was. Justin Herbert was number 2 fantasy quarterback last year, but he's been awful this year. There's been injuries. He got all his wide receivers back. I thought he was going to have a monster week. I was wrong. I was wrong about drafting him high. I was wrong about playing him this week. In fact, I lost in another league because of Justin Herbert. So I feel your pain, Peter. I feel your pain. The other thing is that you're a Chargers fan, so it even hurts more, and it stings. It absolutely stings. And adding insult to injury, well, there was no injury, but you and I went to the Chargers game last year. And it was this week, last year, we're in SoFi Stadium, and I've got Mahomes and Kelsey stack, and that was the overtime winner, Thriller, and I won that week, and we just kept talking about it as well, not only Mahomes, but Herbert, the potential, and he failed. He failed you. Now, we always talk about, last thing before we get into the semifinals, is that you love what you're concerned about the most is this, that you prefer your team in real life to win over your fantasy team. And I agree with you. Like, your team's pushing for the playoffs. My team, the Packers, is not. It's not. We're struggling. It's been frustrating. I would change the fantasy win for my Packers being in the playoffs, but hey, enjoy the playoffs, the real playoffs. I'm just going to enjoy trying to get back into the show final. Okay, now let's quickly talk about the last two, the semifinals, and then we're done this video, okay? So, Sheepdog going in against Vic's Dog Daycare, okay? He's favored by 13 points. Mahomes, A.J. Brown, Metcalf, Pollard, Aaron Jones. I told you to start Aaron Jones last week. Now you're playing him against Miami. I don't know if that's a good pick now. I have no idea. Maybe it is. Well, Sanders is playing Dallas, so I thought I just predicted that he was going to be good. Maybe Miles Sanders isn't going to be good. I mean, I think they're going to run the ball. So, yeah, you're probably right. I don't know. That Miami defense looks good. Andrews has been horrific for you. Mixon, if he's good, but they're playing the Patriots, that's going to be tough too. Rams defense against Denver. I mean, man, Russell Wilson's so bad. You just really want him to struggle against the Rams. Okay. But Vic's, listen, Deshaun Watson, you're still riding high on him. It's because, you've got no other quarterback, man. You've got no other quarterback. So, but you're picking up some guys off waivers. It'll be interesting to see who you get. Jamar Chase, Godwin. That's a good wide receiver. Not as good as Sheepdogs. McCaffrey. Oh, my goodness, he's so good. DeAndre Swift, if he has a big week against Carolina, which he definitely could. He's going with Taysom Hill, the cheat code. Oh, man, if he could win it. And then he goes with my boy, finally, A.J. Dillon. And it's not like A.J. Dillon was on pace to have a monster week last week and then got hurt, and then Aaron Jones ended up having a great week. Aaron Jones was irrelevant until they took A.J. Dillon out. So, but you got the 49ers defense against the Commanders. I think that's going to be a bloodbath. The 49ers are going to absolutely destroy them. So, I'm giving the slight edge to Sheepdog just because I think that Mahomes piece is going to be too strong. Now, let's talk about semifinal for me. Okay. And Christian, of course. Sorry, don't mean to be disrespectful, Christian. 7-7 you were this year, 6th place. I'm 10-4, 2nd place. But why I should win this week is because Jalen Hurts is injured. He's out for the week, it looks like. and you lost Jonathan Taylor. So you got Rashid White for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming in. Pachenko, I mean, he's okay. He could have a good week. Is Kittle going to do something? He could. Evans has been so inconsistent. Garrett Wilson's been good. So yeah, Buffalo against Chicago, that should be great. But my studs are still my studs, and I think they're going to have big weeks. So I say that I'm going to win this. Most people would say that, but again, we got to play the week. I think I have an easier path to the finals than Sheepdog does. But think about it. If Sheepdog and I both make it again, we'll be back-to-back finals appearances. Like, that is insane. But we haven't done it yet. So this is what it's going to look like, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. This has been a very long video. Thank you so much for watching it, and I'm super pumped. I'm going to make a video next week just about the finals, okay? Just about the finals, and for both leagues. Hope you're doing well. Merry Christmas to you. So glad you watched my video. Please like and subscribe, and tell me in the comments who you think's going to win. Talk to you soon. Let's go, the show and minor league.